Have you ever truly felt alone? Not just physically alone, but isolated on the inside, as if you were a small island surrounded by a vast, indifferent ocean. Have you ever felt that you were facing your problems, pains, frustrations, and dreams without anyone really being able to reach you? That feeling, as real as it may seem, is born from a great misunderstanding, a deep illusion that humanity has carried for a very long time. It is not an absolute truth. It is a silent trap. Ancient peoples, philosophers, and ancestral traditions knew an essential truth that has largely been forgotten today. Everything in the universe is connected. This connection is not symbolic, poetic, or spiritual in an abstract sense. It is real, physical, and scientifically proven. A connection that challenges our common understanding of time and space. There is an invisible energy field that links absolutely everything. The cosmos is made of tiny particles in constant interaction, and your thoughts, feelings, and even your future are part of this same web. Nothing is isolated. Nothing happens outside this field. This means that at this very moment, your mind is not merely observing reality passively. It is actively participating in it. Your consciousness is not a spectator. It is part of the process that shapes the world around you, even if you were never taught to perceive this. What you are about to understand is not just information. It is a call to awakening, a key that can open the door to a more loving, more coherent, and more abundant reality than you ever imagined possible. This is not just an ordinary video. It is an energetic transmission, an invitation to remember who you truly are. By sharing this content, you do not merely send words. You create a connection, an immediate energetic entanglement between consciousnesses. This exchange strengthens the field, expands the reach of the message, and intensifies its effect both on those who receive it and on those who share it. Now, to make this truth easier to understand, imagine something simple. Imagine that you are holding a small magical coin in your hand. An identical coin is held by someone on the other side of the world. You agree to toss them at the same time. When your coin lands heads, the other one immediately lands tails. When yours lands tails, the other lands heads. Always, with no delay, with no visible communication. How would this be possible? There is no message, signal, or technology capable of traveling that fast. And yet, it happens instantly. This is not magic. It is a real phenomenon known as quantum entanglement. Quantum physics has repeatedly shown that when two particles become entangled, they begin to function as a single system. What happens to one affects the other at the same instant, regardless of the distance separating them. 1 centimeter or billions of light years. It makes no difference. Albert Einstein called this spooky action at a distance because it challenged everything he knew about the laws of the universe. But the deeper meaning of this phenomenon goes far beyond physics. If the particles that make up the universe are connected in this way, what does that say about you? You are not separate from the universe. You are made of it. Every cell in your body, every thought, every emotion arises from the same fundamental fabric of reality. Your consciousness also takes part in this invisible dance. Your thoughts do not disappear into the void. Your feelings are not just insignificant chemical reactions. They are vibrations, energy in motion, and energy always interacts with the field to which it belongs. When you truly begin to understand this, something changes. You access a force that has always been within you, waiting only for you to recognize this connection. Recognizing that you are not an island, but an inseparable part of the ocean, is the first step toward transforming your relationship with life, with others, and with yourself. If everything in the universe is connected, an inevitable question arises. What is the link between your inner world and what happens outside of you? For a long time, we believed that thoughts and emotions existed only inside the mind, isolated from the physical world. But this idea begins to crumble when we observe what science has been revealing. Research in quantum physics suggests that consciousness is not merely a product of the brain. It is a fundamental element of the universe itself and interacts directly with reality. One of the most impressive studies in this regard comes from the HeartMath Institute. Researchers discovered that the human heart generates an extremely powerful electromagnetic field. This field is not weak or insignificant. It can be measured several meters away from the body. In a sense, it functions as a continuous transmission. Most importantly, this field changes according to what you feel. When you experience emotions such as love, gratitude, or joy, the field becomes coherent, stable, and harmonious. When you live in stress, fear, or anger, this field becomes chaotic and disorganized. This means that your emotions do not remain trapped inside you. They propagate. They affect people, environments, and situations around you. Your feelings are energetic waves that constantly interact with the invisible field that connects everything. None of the energy you emit is lost. It does not disappear. It transforms. And when you sustain thoughts charged with emotion, you create a specific vibration that resonates with other parts of the universe vibrating at the same frequency. That is why some people seem to attract opportunities, meaningful encounters, and solutions with ease, while others feel stuck in repetitive cycles of difficulty. It is not luck. It is not destiny. It is alignment. The universe responds to the frequency you emit. When your inner vibration finds a match in the energetic field around you, events begin to align. People appear at the right moment. Answers emerge unexpectedly. Paths open with apparent effortlessness. Quantum physics helped reveal this through experiments that completely changed our view of reality. In the famous double-slit experiment, scientists observed that particles of light behaved like waves when they were not being observed. But the moment someone observed them, they began to behave like solid particles. The simple act of observation altered the outcome. This showed that the observer was not separate from the observed phenomenon. Consciousness directly influenced the behavior of matter. Another even more surprising advance came with the study of quantum entanglement. In 1935, Einstein, Podolsky, and Rosen proposed a theoretical experiment that seemed absurd. Particles would remain connected even when separated by enormous distances. For decades, this was only a hypothesis. Until, in 1982, physicist Alain Aspect conducted experiments that unequivocally confirmed this connection. When the state of one particle was altered, its partner changed instantly without any signal being sent. This proved that there is an invisible link that transcends space and time. And if this is true for subatomic particles, why would your mind and your consciousness be outside this universal law? You are made of the same particles. Your mind, your thoughts, and your energy are part of this same field. Nothing in you is disconnected from the whole. This understanding changes everything because it reveals that you are not passively reacting to life. You are constantly interacting with it, sending signals and receiving responses, even without realizing it. If everything is connected and consciousness interacts with the universe, a central point emerges that many people ignore. Who truly controls this transmission is not the conscious mind, but the subconscious. Your mind functions like a powerful living antenna. It sends and receives frequencies all the time. Thoughts are not merely abstract ideas. They are electrical impulses in the brain that generate electromagnetic fields. These fields expand and interact with the energetic field around you. But here is the most important detail. More than 95% of this transmission does not come from what you consciously think. It comes from the subconscious. Imagine an iceberg. The visible part above the water represents the conscious mind, small, limited, rational. The submerged part, enormous and invisible, represents the subconscious. That is where memories, deep beliefs, emotional patterns, and automatic behaviors are stored, directing your life without you realizing it. Research from the HeartMath Institute shows that the electromagnetic field of the heart directly connects emotions to the external world. And who governs most of these emotions? The subconscious. It operates like a program running in the background. If you grew up hearing that the world is difficult, that money is scarce, that love hurts, or that you are not enough, these ideas became internal codes. Even if today you consciously say you no longer believe them, the subconscious may still be operating from those old instructions. Like a radio station, your mind transmits exactly the frequency of the beliefs recorded at deep levels. If those beliefs are fear, scarcity, or self-devaluation, the signal emitted will attract experiences compatible with that vibration. This explains why some people feel that everything goes wrong when they are in a negative emotional state. They spill coffee, face conflicts, deal with delays and frustrations in sequence. And on the other hand, when they wake up feeling good, confident, and light, the day seems to flow with ease. It is not coincidence. It is the vibrational field responding to the signal being emitted. The good news is that this transmission can be changed. The subconscious is not fixed. It can be reprogrammed. If what I'm saying makes sense to you, and you feel ready to deepen this experience, I've left a more complete material in the pinned comment. You don't need to look at it now. Just remember it when the time feels right. When you learn to send a new frequency of love, worthiness, abundance, and confidence, the field around you begins to respond differently. This is the true turning point. It is not just about thinking positively, but about aligning deep emotions with new beliefs until they become natural. When that happens, external reality begins to reorganize itself to reflect this new vibration. The world does not change because you force it. It changes because you change the signal you were emitting. If the subconscious governs most of your vibration and emotions, the inevitable question is, where do these powerful programs come from? The answer is simple, profound, and for many, uncomfortable. Most of the beliefs that shape your reality today were installed before you even had the capacity for conscious choice. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a cell biologist and researcher in epigenetics, demonstrated that about 95% of an adult's behaviors, decisions, and reactions are controlled by subconscious programs, not by the rational mind. These programs are formed largely in the first 7 years of life. During this phase, the child's brain operates predominantly in theta waves, the same deep mental state associated with hypnosis and vivid imagination. In this state, the mind does not question, filter, or analyze. It simply absorbs. The child learns by observing, feeling, and repeating. They learn how the world works by watching their parents deal with money, love, conflict, success, and failure. They learn through seemingly innocent phrases such as, "Money doesn't grow on trees," "You have to suffer to get something," "You can't have everything in life," "Be realistic." These phrases do not pass through the child's conscious mind as opinions. They become absolute truths, deeply recorded in the subconscious as survival rules. Over time, these programs become automatic. They keep running even when you grow up, study, mature, and consciously try to change your life. That is why there is often an internal conflict. The conscious mind desires abundance, success, love, and freedom, while the subconscious continues to transmit fear, limitation, and scarcity. And the universe always responds to the strongest signal. That is why some people make money, but it quickly disappears. Unexpected expenses arise, opportunities fail at the last moment, or decisions sabotage progress. It is not bad luck. It is the subconscious maintaining coherence with the belief that money is difficult or money causes problems. The same happens in relationships. If the subconscious learned that love is pain, drama, or abandonment, it will unconsciously seek situations that confirm this. Emotionally unavailable partners, repetitive cycles of conflict, and painful breakups are not coincidences, but vibrational patterns in action. Even personal success can be sabotaged. If you learned that standing out generates envy, rejection, or danger, the subconscious may block your advancement. Nearly completed projects fail, opportunities are missed by chance, or an inexplicable fear arises at the decisive moment. This does not happen because you are weak or incapable. It happens because the subconscious believes it is protecting you, keeping you aligned with what was programmed as safe. This is the crucial point. The subconscious does not distinguish what is true from what was learned. It simply executes. That is why so many people try to change their habits, finances, relationships, or self-esteem, and end up returning to the same patterns. It is not a lack of willpower. It is a power imbalance. The conscious mind represents only a small fraction of your total energy, while the subconscious directs almost everything. Changing only surface thoughts is like trying to paint a masterpiece without touching the original canvas. The deep frequency remains the same. The good and most liberating news is that these programs are not permanent. They can be updated. They can be gently dissolved and replaced with new beliefs, more aligned with who you truly are. When you begin to recognize these patterns, something powerful happens. You stop blaming yourself. You understand that you are not broken. You are simply operating with an old system. And it is exactly at this moment that the true process of liberation begins. When you understand that your external reality is a direct reflection of the frequency your subconscious emits, something essential changes. The sense of helplessness begins to fade. You realize that you are not at the mercy of chance, luck, or unpredictable external forces. There is a silent logic operating behind everything, and this logic responds to the vibration you sustain. But here, a decisive point arises that many people ignore. Changing your vibration is not just about feeling good for a few moments. It is about maintaining a new internal state, even when reality has not yet shown clear signs of change. And that is exactly where the most misunderstood and most important concept of this entire process comes in: the universe's test. Whenever you decide to change your frequency, whether to attract more abundance, love, peace, or success, the universe needs to confirm whether this new vibration is real or merely temporary. This does not happen as punishment. It happens as verification. At this stage, something seemingly contradictory may arise: an unexpected challenge, a financial problem, an emotional conflict, a situation that appears to go against everything you are trying to create. Most people interpret this moment as failure. They think, it didn't work. This isn't real. I knew it was too good to be true. And by reacting with fear, anxiety, or frustration, they automatically return to the old frequency. But the message makes one thing clear. This is the turning point. When you maintain the new vibration even in the face of the challenge, when you respond with confidence instead of panic, with calm instead of despair, the universe receives a clear signal. This frequency is now stable. The test has been passed. From that point on, the field begins to reorganize reality more fluidly. Opportunities appear with less resistance. Solutions arise more naturally. Synchronicities become frequent. This mechanism is not limited to money. It operates in all areas of life. In relationships, for example, when someone decides to vibrate self-love and balance, old dynamics may resurface as a test. An ex reappears. A conflict similar to past ones manifests. The issue is not the event itself, but how you respond to it. If you act from the new state, the old pattern loses strength and dissolves. In your career, when you decide to align with success and fulfillment, a difficult project, a challenging boss, or a situation that tests your self-confidence may arise. If you maintain the frequency of worthiness and trust, the system adjusts. Even in self-worth, external criticism or rejection may appear as a test, not to bring you down, but to verify whether your self-esteem now comes from within. not from external validation. The message reinforces something fundamental. The universe does not respond to desperation. It responds to calm certainty. The more you cling to the outcome, the more you vibrate its absence. The more you trust and release control, the faster the flow is established. Letting go of control does not mean giving up on the desire. It means trusting the process. It means aligning internally with what you want to experience and allowing the greater intelligence of the field to organize the how and the when. This is the true state of effortless creation. At this point, you no longer try to convince the universe. You do not beg, force, or pressure. You simply become the frequency of what you wish to experience, and the field responds by resonance. Faith here is not blind. It is vibrational. It is acting, feeling, and living as if the change were already underway, because energetically, it is. When the conscious and subconscious minds begin to work together, external reality has no choice but to follow. Coincidences increase. The right people appear. Opportunities arise at exactly the right moment. None of this is magical in a fantastical sense. It is coherence. In the final stage of this process, something even deeper happens. You stop seeing yourself as someone trying to change life and begin to recognize yourself as an active co-participant in creation. Fear diminishes. Anxiety loses its grip. A quiet confidence emerges that, even in the face of challenges, everything is reorganizing in your favor. Life stops feeling like a chaotic sequence of random events and begins to be perceived as an intelligent, responsive flow, deeply connected to your inner energy. And perhaps this is the most liberating realization of all. You were never disconnected from the field. You were never separated from the creative source. What has changed now is that you have begun to remember. And from this point on, the path is no longer about seeking power outside. It is about sustaining with presence and trust what has already awakened within you. If this message truly resonated with you, if you felt that quiet inner shift, that sense that your mind is ready for something greater, I left a resource in the pinned comment that goes deeper into this process. I only recommend it for those who feel genuinely ready to accelerate their results, but follow it in your own time. If it calls to you, you'll find it there. If everything you just heard made sense, there's one final layer you need to see. In the previous video, I go deeper into what happens when the observer and the observed collapse into one, and why reality only reorganizes when identity shifts, not when the mind tries to control outcomes. That video explains why frequency stabilizes only after this recognition, and how consciousness stops reacting to the field and starts participating in it directly. It's on your screen now. Watch it next. It completes what you just understood here.